I'm making another quick video today, and I haven't sat down and written this out compared to my last video, so it'll be a lot more disorganised, but it's about something which just fucking pisses me off about the so-called workers' movement. It's now, I think pretty much all communists agree, apart from the Alliance for Workers' Liberty, but I don't think many people even really consider them communists except themselves. But every communist opposes Zionism. Zionism, as I explained in a previous video, which is called Israel, a Colonial State, Zionism is a colonial project. It serves the interests of Western imperialism, Western capitalism. It's a bourgeois ideology. It was opposed by many Jews. It's still opposed by many Jews to this day. I touched briefly on in my video about the New World Order about how fucking stupid it is just to have these goddamn conspiracy theories that Zionists, Jews or whatever are plotting to take over the world. Maoist Rebel News too does a great video about that same subject, which he covers many of the similar points that I do, but he does it in a much better way. But yeah, the idea, I mean, it's so against the idea of Marxism that one race is all Jews are evil, all Muslims are evil. How the fuck is stirring up racial division gonna help anyone in the Middle East? As I explained in my other video, you know, what these people need is the working class in all these countries, including Israel, needs to band together and unite and work something out for themselves, and overthrow the bourgeoisie and overthrow capitalism. This has got nothing to do with a Jewish conspiracy. You know, so just fuck off with it. You know, I'm of Jewish descent, but I'm not a Jew, I'm an atheist. But I think I'm going to quote my nigger Lenin on this subject, because this is a piece he wrote called Anti-Jewish Pogroms. And he says, anti-Semitism means spreading enmity towards the Jews. When the accursed Tsarist monarchy was living its last days, it tried to incite ignorant workers and peasants against the Jews. The Tsarist police, in alliance with the landowners and the capitalists, organised pogroms against the Jews. The landowners and capitalists tried to divert the hatred of the workers and peasants who were tortured by want against the Jews. In other countries too, we often see the capitalists fomenting hatred against the Jews in order to blind the workers, to divert their attention from the real enemy of the working people, capital. Hatred towards the Jews persists only in those countries where slavery to the landowners and capitalists has created abysmal ignorance amongst the workers and peasants. Only the most ignorant and downtrodden people can believe the lies and slanders spread about the Jews. This is the survival of ancient feudal times, when the priests burned the heretics at the stake, when the peasants lived in slavery, when the people were crushed and inarticulate. This ancient feudal ignorance is passing away. The eyes of the people are being opened. It is not the Jews who are the enemy of the working people. The enemies of the working people are the capitalists of all countries. Among the Jews there are working people, and they form the majority. They are our brothers, who, like us, are oppressed by capital. They are our comrades in the struggle for socialism. Among the Jews there are kulaks, exploiters and capitalists, just as there are amongst the Russians, amongst the people of all nations. The capitalists strive to sow and foment hatred between workers of different faiths, different nations and different races. Those who do not work are kept in power by the power and strength of capital. Rich Jews, like rich Russians, and the rich in all countries, are in alliance to oppress, crush and rob and disunite the workers. Shame on accursed Zionism, which tortured and persecuted the Jews. Shame on those who foment hatred towards the Jews and foment hatred towards other nations. And long live the fraternal trust and alliance of the workers of all nations in the struggle to overthrow capitalism. Now, I don't think anybody can talk better on that subject than Lenin himself. You know, it's it's an influence coming down from Stalin. Stalin did some good things, I guess, and he did a lot of bad shit as well. But one of the bad things he did was this using anti-Semitism, mixing it in with anti-Zionism as a way to get people to oppose the West, to get people to oppose Israel. Not to oppose Israel on the basis that of what it is, which is a colonial country, but on the basis that it happens to be inhabited by Jews. You know. Another quote, and the reverse is true also. You know, now people are en masse. What this is doing is it's driving a spike between Muslim workers and Christian Judeo workers and fascist workers. Even Lenin says of Muslims of Russia, all you whose mosques and prayer houses have been destroyed, whose beliefs and customs have been trampled upon by the czars and the oppressors of Russia, your beliefs and practices, your national and cultural institutions are forever free and inviolate. Know that your rights, like those of all the people of Russia, are under the mighty protection of the revolution. Now, I think, you know, this goes on from a little bit what I was talking about in my other video. The key idea of Marxism is it's workers of the world unite. Atheism is preferable, but, you know, if you're a Muslim, or if you're a Jew, or if you're a Christian, if you accept the basic principles of socialism, then you are our comrade. So, you know, if you are racist, if you are anti-Muslim, if you are anti-Semitic, if you're anti-black or anti-Chinese, suck my dick.